I'm Mike, N2MAK. There's something special about late night POTA activations. It's certainly quieter out, a little bit cooler, and it's definitely darker. At times you might feel like you're the only one out there, and sometimes you're the most popular ham on the bands. Let's see what tonight has in store for us here at Rush Oak Openings in Western New York. I brought along a 29-foot random wire antenna to try out on 40 meters. Last time I used it, it was in the late morning, but I want to see how this thing works in the evening when 40 meters is open. I also brought along an antenna for 6 meters. The band conditions aren't great and there's a potential for Aurora. I figured, let's see if we can get lucky on 6 and maybe get an opening. And I should probably say something more. Let's get this park activated. All right, here is a quick look at the setup. Check out this. Whoa! Let's try that again. That is the 6-meter dipole. So I'm using the Amazon speaker stand with some PVC pipe and simple BNC binding post with speaker wire. There's an adapter and it's going down to some RG8X, which is going into the car for the 7300. But over here, got the 9-to-1 random wire. This is a 29-foot one. It's a 6.5-foot counterpoise. The LDG 9-to-1 and 1-to-1 choke with some more RG8X going into the car. And you'll see this one does go all the way up. Okay, so this is a look at the SWR on 40 meters. This is without the tuner. Again, it's the 29-foot random wire. And you'll see the SWR is actually under 1.5. So this should tune. Let's find out. All right, there we go. Looks like it tuned up on 40 meters, no problem. No problem tuning up on 10 meters. Let's check 20. The tuner's off. Let's turn it on. There we go. Tuned up fine on 20. No problem tuning up on 30 meters either, but we are out of luck with the internal tuner on 12, 15, and 17 meters. Oh well.
CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is November 2, Mike Alpha Kilo calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India. Just saw Mike really noisy tonight, really bad. Low signals and noisy. That's about 5-7, Mike, back to Hamilton, Ontario, Oscar, November.
Kilo 8, Oscar, Bravo. QSL, I guess you about a 5-4 myself over here in Michigan, and enjoy the activation, and thanks for the videos. Been following you for a while. Good stuff. And enjoy yourself. N2MAK from K8OB 73.
Hey, good evening, Mike. Kilo 9 Oscar, Lima. I have you about a 3-4 into northeastern Indiana, sir.
All right, so we're doing FT8 on 6 meters with the random wire, and got no ALC. We're getting 50 watts out because I'm using emergency mode to turn it with the 7300, and we'll see if we can make it happen. All right, 6-meter FT8 in the log.
CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is November 2, Mike Alpha Kilo calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Oh, that's sounding better now, Mike. N2MAK, KA2ENE. Yeah, you're 5 and 5 right now, Mike. 5 and 5 as compared to before you were like a 3 and 2.
N2MAK from Kilowatt Zero Sugar Mike, K0FM, over.
Yeah, I'm not sure FT8's going to do much on with the Aurora distortion, but you can give it a go.
All right, the not so glamorous life of 6-meter FT8 POTA at night. Figured give 6 meters a shot because of the Aurora and the conditions. I don't have a lot of experience with 6, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't get any openings, but I at least got 7 contacts so far. A couple SSB and then the rest FT8. All of them were local, but we got a real good active group for VHF in Western New York and Southern Ontario. So good to get some of them in the log. You don't know unless you try.
CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is November 2, Mike Alpha Kilo calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
November 5, Uniform, Quebec.
November 5, Uniform, Quebec, QSL.
Roger, Roger, 5-5 here in South Texas.
Roger, Roger, I got you. 5-3 New York, 5-3 New York, QSL.
Roger on the 5-3, go get yourself some tacos, jump 3.
All right, so here is something else I learned tonight. Look at that. What could be causing that on the waterfall? Yeah, that selfie light there. Let's turn that off. There we go. And it disappears. Learn something new every day. All right, that's gonna do it. I got 58 contacts in the log for the late shift. A couple dozen were before the UTC time change, and then the rest were after. I started off on 40 meters. I wanted to test out the 29-foot random wire and see how it did on 40 meters in the evening, because the first time I used it, it was late morning. And I wanted to see how it would be with 40 meters, especially with, you know, the band supposedly being open in the evening. Now, that wasn't necessarily the case today because of the solar activity and the Aurora. The bands were pretty bad shape from what I was seeing. I don't let that generally get in the way. When I have windows of opportunity that I can get out to play radio, I'm going to go out and play radio, whether the conditions are good or not. You know, it is what it is, but that's kind of how you learn, and it seemed to work well. I know it's a compromise, but it was getting out there and it worked fine for 40 meters. You know, the trade-off with an antenna like this, and they're all compromises, is you know, you get the benefit of being able to work bands from, you know, 6 to 40 meters, you know, as long as your tuner will do it. And you don't have to get out and adjust a coil or swap out a ham stick or change antennas. And that can be convenient in the weather. It's raining out now. It's in the 40s, so it's not too cold, but it's not nice outside, and it's gonna be winter here pretty soon, and it's gonna be snow. It's gonna be cold, and it's nice to have an option, you know, like a random wire where you can work multiple bands by just, you know, pushing a button. It's not gonna be as efficient as a dipole or some other antennas, but it's always nice to have options, and glad to see that this one's doing well. I took a couple polls on Twitter, YouTube, and then Mastodon, which I don't use much, but gave it a shot, and it seems like 41 feet is a popular length for the random wires, and I have yet to do that, so I got to cut some wire and try out a 41 footer soon. But for now, the 29 footer works well. It's real easy to deploy as a straight up vertical with my 33 foot mast. I've used a 35.5 foot one for a while, and that's worked well, but I'm gonna cut a 41 footer and give it a go and see how that works, and what kind of deployments I can use, whether it's a sloper or maybe an inverted V. We'll see. It's fun to try new things. And speaking of which, I gave 6 meters a shot for a bit tonight. I didn't know if the Aurora would help things out or not. I'm definitely curious and want to do more with 6 meters, and figured I'd give it a shot. Unfortunately, it was pretty much just local contacts for me. I got a few voice ones and then some FT8 ones. I gave it a shot. You don't know unless you try. I was using both the random wire for a couple, but then I got a 6 meter speaker wire dipole, which did much better and stuff. But it was fun to try, and and I'm gonna keep at it, chasing after that 6 meter or 6-pack award for POTA. So I'll be doing a lot more 6-meter activity in the coming year and trying to get that. But at least for now, I think this will be my second park, or maybe my third, where I've got at least 10 contacts on 6 meters. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, enough rambling. Hope you've enjoyed this. I had fun. It was a good learning experience in a number of different ways. And if you haven't yet, click like, subscribe to my channel. And if you got comments or questions, leave them down below. I'm Mike, N2MAK 73.